Hi, I'm Kara Newman, Spirits Editor for Wine Enthusiast. Out of all the spirits categories in the world, Scotch whiskey has the roughest road when it comes to innovation. Winemakers, you'll relate to this one. Unlike some spirits categories which allow for added flavorings, under the watchful eye of the Scotch Whisky Association, Scotch makers can tinker with exactly 3 elements: grain, water, and barrel wood. What distinguishes Glenmorangie is how boldly it experiments with those 3 elements, rolling out new products every year without fail, and showcasing an astounding range while still keeping within the considerable confines of Scotch tradition.
In 1843, deep in the Scottish Highlands, William Matheson, our founder, had a new notion of how to make whiskey. That was to produce it in taller stills, allowing only the lightest and purest vapors to make it to the top, creating a smoother, more elegant flavor. An innovation that's indicative of the Glenmorangie way. He then chose to use only the purest, finest local ingredients, 100% pure Scottish malted barley, and that most cherished of sources, the naturally filtered mineral-rich water from the Tarlogie Springs. Another unique treasure of the land is the 8th century Pictish stone that lays on grounds near the distillery. The stone is embedded with engravings that are magnificent in their intricacies, much like our whiskey. And so it became the perfect inspiration for the signet, Glenmorangie's iconic emblem. But superior ingredients and materials alone do not keep a great whiskey great. That responsibility goes to a team of craftsmen, known as the 16 Men of Tain. Together, they share an unyielding passion and dedication to their craft and knowledge of a very unique distillation process, one that dates back over 7 generations. Part of this process is aging the whiskey in the finest oak casks and using each cask no more than twice, ensuring maximum richness and complexity, one of the many steps in Glenmorangie's renowned expertise in wood maturation. If luck is the residue of desire, commendations are the residue of a desire to be perfect. Perhaps why our head of distilling and whiskey creation has received an unparalleled record of industry awards. From rich streams and hills to the tallest stills and finest casks in the land, Glenmorangie moves into the future with innovations to keep the world's whiskey makers on their toes, and its patrons looking forward to the next great taste discovery. Slàinte.
It's my pleasure to present the Wine Star Distiller of the Year Award to Glenmorangie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you all hear me at the back? My name is Paul Skipworth. I'm the president of Glenmorangie, and it's a huge honor to be here tonight to accept this accolade as the Distiller of the Year. Glenmorangie is well known back home in Scotland as Scotland's favorite single malt, and it's more than 35 years that Glenmorangie began a very bold journey with the absolute belief that if we could seek out the very best casks with which to mature our malt whiskies, that we would create the quality that we are truly proud of and our whiskies enjoyed today in 130 countries around the world. Thank you. This approach to cask management was based on a very simple belief that it is indeed the wood that makes the whiskey. But what goes with that, of course, is the finest, purest spirit from the tallest stills in Scotland that Glenmorangie has. So we can proudly say today that we are the pioneers of what has become an established norm in our industry. I know it's slightly different to your industry, but the effect of cask and type of cask and wood has on the finished product. It's a little-known fact that Glenmorangie has been available to discerning American whiskey drinkers for more than 130 years. We were shipping casks out to San Francisco in 1880, and we appointed our first agent to the United States in 1889. By the early 1900s, Glenmorangie whiskey was well drunk in Washington, D.C., in the Brown Palace Hotel in Denver, and in the Harvard Club in Boston. And in a few recent short years, the United States today is our biggest market worldwide. So winning here tonight is doubly sweet for us, and recognition by the Wine Enthusiast panel in these Wine Star Awards is hugely important. I'd sincerely like to thank our colleagues at Moet Hennessy USA, who are here tonight, who have played such a huge part in our success over here. Jim Clerkin's team, Graham, Brian, Maxime, Carl, Sam, and Richard, thank you all. So, in summary, thank you once again. We continue to drive Glenmorangie not only to be Scotland's favourite malt, but one day the USA's favourite malt as well. Thank you.